Frank, back in 1998, by any chance, do you remember exactly how many golf balls John Daly hit into the water at the 6th?
It was half a dozen. Half a box of golf balls. Game's about rhythm. When you have good rhythm, it just looks effortless. To hit the ball 300 yards through the air, that easy.
Just a solid second shot, right in the fairway. Frank, getting set for this approach shot, our featured golfer is a player, it's obvious, in full flight right now.
It is. This is where it doesn't matter what the sport is, and golf is a great example for it, though, where when you play your best, it's almost like you're just playing out of your subconscious. Everything happens, it just flows, and you don't really think about it.
Frank, this is a position where a player is absolutely licking his chops here. Good chance to make a birdie.
Yeah, this is when this game just looks like fun. Bunkers don't seem to be in play. The only thing you're really looking at right now is just the flag.
That's how you play the game, right there. Stick it in close and then knock in the birdie. You can see why this player has been compared to a young Rory McIlroy, featured golfer making birdie and now sitting comfortably inside that cut line. Been some outstanding shot making to this point. Let's see what's happening now as we resume the action at the 7th. Frank, nothing spectacular to this point in the first round. What does the player need to do just to kind of generate some momentum?
I actually think they're playing all right, Rich. It's just, compared to the top of the leaderboard, you start to think, well, maybe they're struggling. But there's ebbs and flows in this game. At the moment, it's just sort of almost like a holding pattern. But it's time to change that.
Now sitting at 2 under par. Getting ready to tee off now at the 8th, and Frank, this hole has a little bit of everything.
Yeah, even though it's a pretty hole, Rich, it's a fairway you must hit because that second shot here is one of the toughest on the golf course.
Good contact, good result. You know what's great about Bay Hill is that it's the house that Arnold Palmer built, the King. And if you do visit Bay Hill, there's actually a decent chance that at some point you'll bump into Arnold, either in the grill room for breakfast or out on the driving range. Still loves the game, always has. And there's also a good chance that Arnold will say hello to you, look you in the eye. He is the best there ever was when it comes to fan interaction. You can't leave it short, Frank.
Oh, and especially right in the middle.
Just needs to keep it steady here over the putt. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Final hole now of the front side. It's a 474-yard par 4. And Frank, you've played it before. What works best here?
Well, ideally a nice little draw off the tee. But the hole's quite weird because the tee shot shapes to the left and yet the green goes the other way.
They'll be happy with that. In the fairway, now a good chance to attack this hole. Now playing the second here at the par 4. Headed for the bunker, I think.
Rub the shamrock. Got away with getting in the bunker there.
These putts keep the round together. And with that birdie, into the top 25 on the leaderboard. That's the end of round 1, and we saw a lot of good golf out there today, Frank.
And it was a bonus to anyone that got off to a good start today.
NBC Golf Channel on EA Sports, in association with the PGA Tour, proudly presents the season-long race for the FedEx Cup. It's second-round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. We're at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge in Orlando, Florida, site of one of the PGA Tour's premier stops, the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Always attracting a great field, and through the years, it has been the scene of just some championship play from one guy in particular.
Tiger Woods has won there an incredible 8 times.
Frank, what about this approach shot here at the 5th?
One of the few holes where you get a short iron in your hand for that second shot, but that green slopes away at about a 45-degree angle to the right, which makes distance control paramount here at 5.
So the second of the par 4 goes begging, and now I'll have to rely on the short game.
Yeah, but a short game, as we all know, can redeem a lot of mistakes. See if he does it here.
And he's made it onto the green now. Getting set now over the putt. Good work right there. He'll settle for par. Frank, the 6th hole here at Bay Hill, this is not the hole you want to be playing if you have a case of the snap hooks, is it?
No, the snap hooks, you'll never leave the tee. Dozen balls, you'll still be going.
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Second shot coming up here at the par 5. Well, this one is offline just a bit. Look out. Yeah, that one is going to end up in the rough. Into the thick stuff, that's a difficult lie. And setting up here in the rough. That should be pretty good right there. On the safe side. Played that one on the commercial side, as they say in the professional game, inside 30 feet.
Yeah, 27 feet to be precise, but to make it from there, that's asking for a bit.
Missed on that one, Frank.
Yeah, not a problem.
Just a couple of feet. Simple, solid, and he'll take it.
But one that you need to make.
Now at the par 3 7th, Frank, it's just under 200 yards.
But it's still quite daunting. A very narrow entry on that left side, so you've got to hit the ball flush off the tee. Really guarantee a carry of that over that right bunker, so it's still a daunting tee shot.
That's well played. Now a good look at birdie. Trying to make yet another birdie. Made a good run at birdie. He'll have to focus now. Try to walk away with the par. Not a gimme, but well within his range. Good putt. Let's move on to the 8th, and Frank, what's ahead here?
Big par 4, just over 450 yards. He's gone for a little extra. That ball just took off the face. Smoked that one.
Frank, in the end, it is a game of precision. We know that.
No,
but
it's not, Rich.
It's not.
You tell me, after a shot like that, he's not pumping his chest out. That's what people want to do. They want to hit it like that.
Precision. I love to see guys just bomb it.
Come on, everybody wants to hit it that far.
On the green, and a chance for birdie. Frank, there's an old basketball announcer who used to say when a ball went in and out of the cylinder, just the way that one did, he would say, ringtail howitzer. And that one just didn't go in. Workman-like hole, he walks away with a par. It's a consistent theme here at Bay Hill, if you can carry it 300 yards.
Bay Hill always favors the longer hitter.
That's in the fairway. Frank, really good chance from this position to make a birdie.
Yeah, really the only thing he's looking at right now is the flag. This is a green light special.
That one is bunker bound, it looks like. Not his best shot, and now he'll have to deal with a bunker.
Yeah, they say the hardest shot in golf, the next one.
Great knees, great hands in this shot.
Yeah, touch. You have to have that feel. You have something between the ball and the club face, so it's a different feel, but you also have to have imagination.
Third round coverage comes your way tomorrow on EA Sports. For Frank Nobilo and our entire crew, I'm Rich Lerner saying so long for now. Tour proudly presents the season-long race for the round coverage of the Arnold Palmer Invitational. Back here in Orlando, Florida at the Bay Hill Club and Lodge. Frank, we're getting set for the back nine. How do you get off to a good start?
Well, it's one of the shorter par fours here, Rich. Dogleg right, good drive, just a short on here.
Always makes the hole easier, playing it from the fairway. Well, he's going to have to hit the same club a lot harder or just hit another one. Appears to be what they call a commercial play, very solid. So trying to get the back nine off to a good start. The approach shot is on the green, but he still has work to do. This is about a 30-footer coming up. Very well done. Almost made it.
Yeah, there'll be no stress for the next one.
You don't want to let this one get away. This is about concentration and focus at this point. And that's in for a par. Now to the 11th with water left, bunkers on the right. Frank, what's the key here?
Well, too often people just look at the scorecard and they go, well, it's over 400 yards, I have to hit driver. You don't have to hit driver at 11. Something in the fairway, just short of that second bunker. And it sets up 6 or a 7 on.
Frank, one of our colleagues at Golf Channel, Brian Hammond's always liked to say, keep it in the short grass. It is nice to play from the fairway.
The game's so much easier from the fairway. Less decisions to be made. You don't have to worry about a flyer or the lip in front of the bunker or a tree. The game almost appears straightforward for me.
Playing this par 4, still not on the green after that second shot.
That's still not done. A good third shot, maybe get away here with par.
We haven't seen a whole lot of that, Frank, but that has to feel good. Now to the par 5 12th. Frank, how good of a scoring opportunity is this?
Well, anytime you get a par 5 at Bay Hill, got to take advantage of it.
Well, this one's sweet, Frank.
Super.
Excellent lie, propped up on the short grass.
Second shot.
Third shot, looking for a good one. Early part of this back nine and a good approach shot. Now we'll have this for birdie. See if he can go one better than yesterday when he made par. This putt for birdie. Wow, he got robbed, Frank.
No, it's like kissing your mother-in-law.
Makeable putt right here, currently sitting at 1 under for the round. Frank, you can see by the reaction, it has been that kind of week. Just a few too many pars. Frank, the par 4 13th, relatively short, but not necessarily easy.
Yeah, stringent tee shot. A lot of people are tempted to take a bigger club off the tee. 300 yards runs out of the fairway, but really, what does that give you in?
Just a good solid tee shot right there, about 280 yards. Par 4 13th, Frank, how do you hit this approach shot?
Rich, it's the first par 4 at Bay Hill where the water is actually on the right of the green, and that has to be taken into consideration. Just a little errant shot, and then you're going to be wet. So a little left of the flag, that's where you want to be.
Settles in over the putt.
Rich, it's been a very good workmanlike performance. Yet another birdie.
Into the top 15 on the leaderboard. Frank, I like a good par 3 over 200 yards, requiring that one good clean strike. And Frank, I think that's going in the bunker.
Looks like it.
Certainly had enough power, just didn't have any touch. Frank, there's nothing like catching a bunker shot just perfectly. Splashes out, lands softly, and just runs up to that hole.
Yeah, it's like 3D. There's the component in the strike where it's going to land, and then the third part of it is how much will it roll.
These putts keep the round together. A good effort and a good par putt. Frank, the 15th, kind of a fun golf hole if you can curve your ball. I mean, that's a huge dogleg to the right, isn't it?
Yeah, it's much easier if you're a right-hander if you cut it down here. If you don't cut it, then make sure you don't run out down that left side.
Frank, what are you looking to do with this approach shot here at 15?
Anytime the flag's on the front, Rich, it's basically green light special. When the flag starts to get pushed towards that back area of that green, it starts to get narrower and narrower and narrower. And that's where you've got to be a little careful.
Not terrible, but not his best.
Yeah, outside chance, really, for birdie, but really, it was a rather poor approach shot.
Yeah, that's a good putt right there. From that distance, he'll settle. And he has it.
A good putt redeems all.
3 rounds in the books. Outside the top 10, going to the final 18. Frank, what are your thoughts?
Well, I think you're going to have to approach the final round in a couple of different phases. Try and be aggressive early on. If you do get a few birdies in the bank, you really still can fancy yourself with a chance to win. It'll all depend on that start tomorrow. Safely on deck. Well, that was almost like that's what he wanted to do, but why would you want it to run over the back?
Now from the bunker.
Yeah, just a little splash out on this par 3.
In the cup. What a shot. Can't get much better than that. That's a good spot right there.
Center cut.
Frank, pretty special for tour pros to get an invitation from Arnold Palmer, isn't it?
Yeah, it's one thing to meet him. It's another to shake his hand, to be invited by him. It's as good as it gets.
Oh, get down. Look out.
It's over. The green.
Good birdie right there.
Yeah, this game, when you can't win, it's all about top 10s, top 20s. And currently, that's exactly where they stand.
The Bay Hill Club and Lodge features a really exciting finishing stretch. 16 is a reachable par 5. You'll see eagles and birdies there coming home. 17, a very difficult par 3 over the water. The bunker is there, takes an excellent shot. And then 18 is all you want. We know that with the water in front, that second shot which comes over the lake, and that's a hold your breath moment. It is a great finishing 3-hole stretch at Bay Hill. And from the fairway for his second shot here. This one doesn't look good.
There's water over there.
Well, this is always one of the toughest moments in any round. You've made a mistake, you hit it OB, you're disappointed, but you have to regroup, you have to focus, and try to get this next one in play. Now playing 4 after going OB on that previous shot. Moves into the top 10 with that birdie. Seems to like it. Headed for the fat part of the green. That one was running so hot. Chance to set himself up for a good scoring opportunity with his second shot here. Solid play, heart of the green. Been pretty good all day from this distance, just trying to take care of business. Solid par. You know, Tiger was born on the same day as LeBron James, December 30th. And he's had his share of slam dunks, especially on the 18th hole here at Bay Hill.
Yeah, he's just a perfect fit for the golf course. You'd think every now and again he fears left, but he doesn't fear left at Bay Hill. We've seen his best golf over the years, over the last 15 or so years. To win there 8 times, nobody's come close to that. Ernie Els, one of the great players in the world, has won it twice.
Frank, not easy to keep your eye on the target when you've just splashed down.
Yeah, but on the flip side, too, one bad shot doesn't have to lead to 2.
After hitting it in the drink, this is the 4th shot.
Yeah, it's hard to imagine. The scorecard is quickly adding up.
Oh, look out. This could be wet, Frank.
It's heading towards the hazard.
Not missing by much today, but enough to again be in the bunker. Set from the bunker. This is his 5th shot.
Just a short bunker shot. So open.
No putter, no problem. Slams that into the cup. Frank, how'd you like to be a rookie? You're going up against, at the time, the greatest player in the game, the great white shark, Greg Norman, and you hole a 7-iron to win a tournament?
Well, all you had to do was look at the expression on Norman's face as that ball landed and went in.
What did he hit there?
7-iron.